Hello everybody, Corey here. This video will just be going over the updated numbers for the data going into declaration date. Sorry for the delay. I did mean to get this out earlier and I had everything prepared, but some of the IVs just weren't wanting to load, so then I started packing for Tennessee. But I guess better late than never, maybe, for this. I don't know. Anyway, just a reminder, I'm not a qualified licensed investment or financial advisor. YieldMax ETFs are extremely risky, so make sure that you understand what you're going into here. So let's jump right into this. Again, we're just going to go over a few of these points in this video. Again, if you want to see, if you haven't been through this yet and understand what all this is, go back and watch the initial one for this month, and it will go in depth to the first part of it. You don't have to watch all of it, just through AIYY, so you can understand what all these mean. Anyway, so, one thing I don't have is I've been telling y'all the change between the outstanding shares this week, and I don't have my computer up. So I'm going to get my computer up here, and then we're looking at the range and the average here. All right, sorry about that. I did have to pause the video. My husband come in and we were talking about how apparently I cut his hair crooked, but I blame it on in the dark outside with the flashlight. But anyway, okay, I think we are ready to go now. So we have AIYY here, and it looks like since we started, so this week, since April 28th when we first started looking at these, which should have been the weekend because that was our weekly, let's see, yeah, so that was Sunday. We've increased outstanding shares by 75,000 for AIYY, and our current range is, wow. See, here's the bad thing, and I think I've already said that. One, we've had a really bad month, so there's a possibility of all of these being lower. But then two, looking at these ranges, the options and everything and these stocks, this stuff's, we're right in the middle of earnings for all of these. In fact, most of them reported, I think almost half of them reported this week alone. And I think we had like 5 or so last week, and then we have a few here and there that have been on different weeks or will be on different weeks. But I'm just looking at this one in particular compared to this weekend, and yeah, that IV has gone way up. Well, I say way up. It's gone from 68 to 85, so it makes that range a lot bigger. So it was like 69 cents for the IV at the beginning of the week or before the week started, and now it's at 89. But the stock also has gone up, so that also contributes to that. So I don't know. Of course, and I'm only going over these, and again, the last month's distribution amount and the IV, and we're comparing those just based on last month being the only month we've looked at, and then being closer to that. But I will be comparing this afterwards. We get the distributions tomorrow, and I'll be looking at, our premium received and some other things, and see if, it's still about the same as how it was before, or if maybe it is getting closer to maybe the short call premium or whatever. But we'll compare it and see how all it looks, and look at those results afterwards. But sorry, this just threw me off because at the beginning of the week the range was 69 to 73 cents, but based on this updated IV as of today, again, it's not all 4 weeks on this one, it's just the IV as of today, that changes to makes it 73 to 89 cents. Going from an average of 71 to 81. Anyway, I'm not going to do this for all these. I just happened to notice that comparing those. So let's move on to AMDY. Outstanding shares have increased by 300,000 this week. Our current range is 62 cents to $1.11. And that's actually decreased. There it was 81 cents. But then the average is 86 cents. Then we move on to AMZ. AMZ's outstanding shares have increased by about 150,000, and our current range is 55 to 70 cents with a 62-cent average. Aptly, we've increased outstanding shares by 50,000, and our current range is 38 to 40 cents with an average of 39 cents. Coney, not quite a million, but close, maybe 800 and something thousand. I think that's what it was yesterday. But current range is 194 to 279 with an average of 237. If we move on to Dizzo, outstanding shares did not change. Current range is 58 to 68 with an average of 63. And I know I'm just trying to give you these updated numbers, but keeping all the factors in, and then also looking at the previous range. I'm not looking at that today, but just things to keep in mind. I'm just trying to get through this quickly and just give you those few updates, and then you can stop and look at them and analyze them yourselves if you haven't already, that is. Now Phoebe here, it's increased, appears 450,000 shares. It was increased for the month at 7%, and now it's at 23%. So it's increased its share count 15% just this week. My guess is everybody buying on the dips because this one has gone down a lot this week. But anyway, our range here is 52 to $1.17 and 84-cent average. GUI here, outstanding shares have increased by 75,000. Current range 31 to 42 with an average of 37. JPMO, outstanding shares increased this week 25,000. Current range 32 to 65 with the 49-cent average. Murny, outstanding shares have not changed. Range 78 to 95 cents with an average of 87. MSFO, outstanding shares have increased by 100,000. Current range 41 to 73 with an average of 57. Misty's outstanding shares have increased 525,000 shares. So we're up to a 71% increase for the entire pay period. And then our range down here is 263 to 413, but of course we've only had one distribution so far. Average is 338. Nephle, outstanding shares have only increased 50,000 this week. Current range 41 to 81 with the average of 61. NVIDIA, outstanding shares have increased 875,000 outstanding shares this week. Current range is 133 to 261 with an average of 197. OARC, outstanding shares have increased 50,000. Current range is 36 to 48 with a 42-cent average. Pay, outstanding shares have increased 25,000 with a range of 47 to 51 with an average of 49. Squeeze outstanding shares have decreased 50,000. They were 1.3 million at the beginning of the week, and now they're 1.25 million. I'm sure some of those people wish they would have stayed in. They reported tonight, and the last I saw, they jumped up. Now, they did go down yesterday for some reason. They really tanked, and there was a reason. There was a news thing. But is that them or PayPal? I don't know. But anyway, they did go way down. But then tonight, I know they hit at least $78 a share. So they went all the way back up to where they were. Which then also means Squee went up. It was up to about $23 in after hours. But anyway, sorry. Current range is 64 cents to $1.23 with an average of 94. Tesla here, outstanding shares have decreased. Looks like they've decreased 1,075,000 this week. Range is 61 to 68 with an average of 65, and Zomo outstanding shares have not changed with a range of 26 to 31 and a 28-cent average. So for those, this is the exact same data, at least on those three fields that we were looking at or talking about. It doesn't have obviously any of the rest of the data, but it has the previous distribution there, and then based on the IV, and then the average of these two, which is the range that we were looking at on the previous sheet and the average. Obviously, we've already at the end of this, so we had 22 days in this pay period there. And then this was, you would think, I'm always so in a rush that I would forget sometimes just the little things. Sorry, you can't freeze that. Well, where did they go? Okay. This was something I just added at the end by going and looking at the IV every week and looking at expected what they would get. Of course, I'm using the IV on Friday, which they may not be using that. But the only reason I use it, which I guess they do end up buying into some on Thursday, so I guess they could be using IV on Thursday. I don't know what they're using, but I just went back and did, well, what would they have trying to earn each week, and added that up and put that here. And then this is just averaging this in with those other two numbers. Just, again, another way for me to try to look at to see if there's any way, we'll look at our distributions and actually look at it against all of our numbers like we did last month, and see what they look like. But anyway, we will see what truly comes out tomorrow. And say hi to all you nerds out there that like these numbers and like to watch it, because I'm sure you're the only ones watching this. The ones that like the numbers and watch to sort of follow it and see the changes and the things. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Just know that tomorrow I'd go to Tennessee, so I have two graduations this weekend, and then I probably won't be back until late on Sunday evening, so I may not get to my weekly videos or Friday's roll-ups or whatever, or maybe I'll try to do a little bit here and there in the evenings. We'll see. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.